Hey everyone, so Catan World Explorers is out in New Zealand, and I said on the Reddit that I would make a video sort of outlining some of the stuff that is on it, so uh, this is that video. We'll first start off with the daily recap, so let's have a look at that. So as you can see, there's a running tally for the local region, and there's a world one that comes up, and I mean, a season hasn't elapsed yet, but there is a season that looks like it lasts a couple of days, and I'm guessing there are awards based off that. So right now, what I'm looking at is the a rundown of everything that I've done, and then a reward based on what you have done, and then there are some quests that you can accept once per day. There's the hard, easy, and a free reward that you can claim. And right there, I just hit one of the bushes, which is where you get XP from. When you get a bird, that means that it will automatically collect some stuff for you the next time you go through a bush. So here's a resource here. And once again, I do apologize if I'm sort of rushing through. I'm doing a commentary over the top of it, so if I'm skipping back and forth, I do apologize. I just got a die there for rolling for the brick resource, and we'll do some dice rolling a bit later on. I recorded another video doing that, which will be later on after all of these clips are finished. Okay, so this is just sped up. My avatar is sort of running backwards and forwards because I'm putting my phone's in my hand as I walk. There's a Catanian there, but we're not able to collect quests off them yet. Whether that's a glitch or whether that's intentional, I'm not sure. So we're getting up to a settlement now. Now you roll the dice every time you get to a settlement, and you can roll them every 6 hours. And what your result is depends on what you get from the actual settlement. So here we roll a 7, and that is the thief. What would you call it? The thief roll. And what that means is that you're able to steal some resources from the other teams that are at that settlement. So it should say the thief has appeared, but it just says the for some reason, and then it goes across all the other teams. So I'm red, so we can steal some resources from the blue, stealing some resources from the yellow, which is quite a cool little thing. And then we go into some of the building here, so you can see the dice there is on a 6-hour cooldown. So right now we're upgrading some of the buildings that are at the settlement. This is the monument that we're upgrading. So every now and then you'll get cards that you can play at these settlements. The first card that you play of a certain building will place it, and then there will be an incremental amount of cards that you need to put into it to upgrade that particular building. So right there you saw that there was 6 of that card that was needed to upgrade the storehouse. So we went ahead and done that. Every time you make an upgrade, you'll get a VIP point on that particular, what would you call it, settlement. So there's another card. So the upgrade tier settlement gives you a new plot, which will add it. You'll see this easier to just let the video do the explaining. So right there we've got an extra plot. Now with the plots you need to put some resources into them to be able to use them. So right now, and once again, sorry for skipping back and forth, but we're putting a mining facility down, and all of these different buildings give you different benefits once they've been placed. So we'll just let the gameplay take over for a bit, and if there's anything that seems notable, I'll try and talk about it. Okay, so I decided not to put anything onto that settlement onto that hex because you needed 4 of each resource to be able to make a new hex there. So I only had 2 of each. The minimums I had was 2, so I didn't make it. So right now I'm just doing some more upgrades and getting some cheeky VIP points. And of course, I'm still very new at this, so I'm just sort of also trying to take in what's going on. So there you can see there's the cost to craft uh, different buildings. So you can use your resources to make those particular cards and then use them. So that's what I think the resources are mostly for. So there are also chat rooms that are there. I'm not sure how to start them, and I'm not actually sure exactly what the context of this conversation is, but I thought maybe it was noteworthy. Um, okay. So these are one of the resources here. You just hit them whenever you're up to them, and they have a chance to drop either some crafting. Well, they always drop crafting material. They'll always give you XP. They have a chance to drop a crafting card, and they also have a chance to drop a dice roll. So there's a bush that's come up. That's the way when you're walking around without settlements and such. That gives you I think it's RP, and what that is helps you unlock the other buildings. So you need to have unlocked buildings first to be able to build them. So here's some more, I guess, gameplay of a settlement. Now you see that gold coin there. If you hit that gold coin, you get some gold, which is a nice little, I guess, bonus there. Um, and there are obviously corresponding results for your die results, but outside of 7, I'm not exactly sure what they are. So I'm sure this video will age horribly, but it's just to, I guess, give you guys an idea of what's happening here. Insofar as I have the idea, which I mean. So here you can see on this settlement, there's somebody else that has a couple of points there. And what I should have done on that other settlement is perhaps not put in as many points into it and save them for this one, because eventually I realized that I'm not able to get the extra VIP point um, to get over what they currently have. So you see, I eventually get to 4, and it's just a bad time all around. So I should have been more diligent with my resources there. But that just gives you, I guess, an idea of what the settlement or the village gameplay is like. So I'm not sure how much longer this little part will go on for. Alright, so once you get to level 3, you get to build your own settlement. And when you build your own settlement, you get special gold cards that you can place there. So the normal buildings don't go there. The gold buildings go there. So I think at some stage, if memory recalls, there's a resource that we hit that brings up a gold card. I think it's coming up in a second. Hopefully it is. You also get quests and rewards for doing certain things. Oh, there we go. So this is a gold card here, which you use on your personal settlement, which we'll get to now. Alright, very good. So I recorded this video clip first, but I put it after the video I done for my walk. So I don't know why I done that, but there's the nice loading animation for you. So here is my personal settlement. That's the gold one. And I'm not sure in which order I hit the things. I hit a resource first. So there we get a resource and another die roll, which we'll use in a sec. So there we go. The die rolls are split into epic, rare, common, and uncommon. I guess there's a legendary, and you can throw the die, and whatever resource it lands on, it gives you either one time or 2 time, depending on what your die result is. That one in the middle there is the gold. If you hit a barren square, you don't get jack, and if you hit the same square twice, I'm pretty sure you don't get anything as well. So I think we do a couple of those. before we get into the personal settlements. Now, if you hit the water, which it is possible to hit the water because some of the hexes are set up in a way where a good resources next to the water, um, you just lose that result entirely. So just be aware of that. Alright, talking to a Catanian there, they have trade. They can trade particular things with you. It's mostly just a rip-off. And at the moment, that would be the only way to grind friendship, as we're not able to collect quests from them at the moment, which I believe I mentioned earlier. So there's a just. You can pause the video if you want to have a read of what's going on there. Now, hopefully, I decide it's time to do personal settlement stuff. Alright, sweet. So every 6 hours you get a die roll on your personal settlement. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So I think I hit a 11, so not too far off the god roll there. And there are corresponding rewards, so we'll go ahead and collect everything that's on the board. Now I do have a couple of buildings installed on this one, so you get a reward for every building that's on there. And with the resources, every 100 of a resource counts as one usable resource. Hopefully I can have an example of that makes sense. So this seems to be the main way to get XP. Now, every time you level up, you get access to a new hex, but you need to be able to have the gold to unlock it. So gold is the main currency on these particular on the personal settlements. And right now we're just having a look at what the points are and such. You can see there's a season that ends in a couple of days, and I'll keep you updated as to whether there's an award for that one. I think that's pretty much it. So I do thank you for having a look at this. Hopefully it cleared up a couple of things. If you do have any other questions or anything you feel like I missed or didn't get across properly, feel free to ask the question. I'm sure I should be able to answer it. Other than that, I hope it comes out soon in your area, wherever you're watching this. And yeah, thanks very much for watching.